contender for LiveWire International Top 10 Awards. So there's a one LiveWire International conduct every year. It's called Top 10. Probably the end of today or by tomorrow, we'll be able to look at it again because here you can become a candidate for, you can become a nominee for top 10. So what are those things you need to do? So we'll be able to look at it. Yeah. So he will join us. He will join us virtually, and he will look at your. He will listen to your presentations, and he will be able to give you feedback. Yeah. We will also give you feedback, and then we will score, which is the bottom line. We will score. Yeah. Okay. So let's move. So these are the areas that we've looked at in the last 2 days, which you have reviewed with Ernest. Excuse me. So, when I organize yourself, write business ideas, design thinking, planning your business, role of mentors, marketing, business plan writing, the systems of management. You would, like I said, these concepts overlap. Now you will notice that bright business ideas and design thinking they actually one and the same thing. However, um, we are trying to move from how we used to generate business ideas to how you can do it systematically in a way that we guarantee you get better results, which is what design thinking is all about. Yeah. So let's move. So these are some of the foundations we've discussed. And you also help yourself because many of these things we're talking about, by the time you look at your manual, you see a lot more information. What you may see in your manual may not exactly be some of the things you see on the slides, but it gives you like, if it is in school, you say further studies. So the manual helps you with further studies, yeah. So the slides that we are using, the relevant sections, of course, will also make it available for you. So today and tomorrow. So we have the business model canvas, which we also mentioned on the very first day. The empathy map, the business model environment and pivots, market research, value chain analysis, business finance, digital marketing, business evaluation, regulatory and statutory requirements to be able to run your business very well. Top 10 review, and then we'll have the pitching session. So these are upcoming things that we'll also talk about and we'll look into. So let's go. So this is like today, we want to be able to look at all this and you will do your assignments in all of them as well. So we have already talked about design thinking. And what is the major thing in design thinking? What is the major thing? Like the let's say the one of the major foundations that helps you when you're trying to think through your business. Think about it. Empathy. Okay. Clarity, empathy. Yeah. And clarity, empathy. How does it show? For example, for you to really be clear, what is one thing you do? So you have this thing in your mind, you're going in your mind. What is one thing that will help you to make it clear? So that you have that clarity.
Business plan.
Okay. No, we say you're already looking at the idea. And we are saying that one of the key things about design thinking is clarity. And we are saying, what is one of those things that make this idea become clearer? Or what is one of the things you do that helps you to get a clearer
Survey.
Problem statement. Okay, survey, yeah.
And you brainstorm on the various ideas.
Okay, brainstorm, survey, yeah, problem statement, all of that. That's good.
Ideation.
I would have loved you to put it in another way.
Okay.
Okay. There's a slide I will show you that will put it in a way I was looking for. So, and business model canvas, empathy map, business model environment, market research. So, like this is like like the full haul of it. So let's go now. So we have that. What we said is that understanding the fundamental principle of design thinking is what it is that human-centered design, which is what you're saying, putting yourself in the shoes of, yeah. What you have in mind is the persons you want to solve their problems. You're not necessarily thinking about a product or a service, but you're looking at the people you want to solve their problem. Think about it. As at the time, companies like Apple started designing iPhones that you scroll and which is what they pioneered. You scroll and all of that. We were all using our phones where we used to press. Yeah? You remember those phones you used to press with buttons. Yeah? But to be able to help us to make our life easier, somebody sat down, put himself in the shoe of the user, and was like, this thing we're pressing, it be like say this thing they make this work hard, or how can we make it easier? And based on that, they came up with those concepts and all of that. So it is human-centered design with empathy, and that runs on ideation. You know, one thing about ideation, which is simply coming up with ideas. One thing about it is that there can never really be an end to ideation. You keep ideating. But however, you need to be able to help yourself cluster the ideas, take the one you need, leave the ones you may not need at the moment. Right? Yeah, let's go. So stated your problem. Here is sample products, right? We shared it before day, right? This sample products, and we looked at it, we explained it and all of that. And you also stated your own. Now, let's go to the next slide. So we asked you to go and with those sticky notes that we gave you, we say as you brainstorm, write those ideas down. Use one for one idea. So as ideas are coming, as you're talking to people and you are picking up, several years back, oh, I said I would bring that book, I forgot. Oh, somebody should have reminded me. The book Rags to Riches. Several years back, so we had that book Rags to Riches. Myself and my friend, we wrote the book. We didn't have money to print it. One day I was in my friend's office and we were talking. And in the course of, I'm talking about, when you're doing brainstorming now. So you can't say it must happen here. So as I was talking with him, we are talking about something entirely different. It wasn't about our book that we were talking about. But as we were talking, something came up. So he mentioned audiobook. It just hit me in my brain. Audiobook. I told him I'm coming. I ran away from his office. I went to back to my own office, and so that idea that came from, it was just like something he mentioned, but it wasn't like we were discussing what I was, but it came up in our discussion. So brainstorming ideas, as we talk about ideation and all of that, as you talk with those who are having the pains you want to relieve, you are bound to have ideas come out of those kind of engagement. And so you put these ideas, There's a reason why we are trying to put these ideas separately. And that reason is because we want to cluster the ideas, which is what we do in the next slide. Yeah? Next slide. Which is what we do. So, yeah, just row. Okay. So in your ideas, this we actually talked about 2 days ago. I'm just trying to like do a review. So because I want us to come to somewhere. That's why I'm running through this. So we say when you have these ideas, don't get carried away by any one idea. See how you can generate as many as possible. So you have a business now. As we are having this session, ideas are coming in terms of traffic, for example, in terms of new services that you can render to your existing customers or even to new customers. So keep putting them down. Keep putting them down. Keep putting them down. Keep accumulating them. When you have accumulated them, yeah. Next slide now. When you have accumulated these ideas, you now do, you now try to segment these ideas. This was what I wanted. The way I wanted it to put it is that we say get out of what? The building. Because there are no facts in the. You cannot conceive, nurture like pregnancy and give birth all inside your head or you need to be able to engage because you are going to serve or deliver products to human beings, right? So you need to engage. So that's why I would say there are no facts in the building. So get the hell out and talk to your customers or your would-be customers. If you are coming up with an idea, with a business, a concept, and you have not engaged those who may likely that you're going to solve their problems with your business, you not talk to them. Because what usually happens is that by the time you begin to execute, it's possible that things may begin to change from what you have in mind and where you're going, isn't it? For those who have started, the way your business is currently now, was it exactly the way you conceived it before you started? Share with us.
The first time I started, I think I made a huge loss.
Okay.
I almost did, but when I met my boss, I started to meet my boss, have an interaction with him. Then he said I shouldn't give up that. Market is not, it's not what you just see every day, that you see some difficulties. So I tried again. Then one morning, someone I never knew just called this small guy, just called that I should come around, that he had a contract for me. That was how I just I was thinking the contract was just 10,000, 5,000 other contract, but when I got there, it was something huge. Then from there, I started to know the customer relationship and other things. Market is not what you do. Sometimes it can be fair to you, sometimes it can be unfair.
Okay. So it's not always the way you have planned it. It's not always the way you have conceived. It's not always the way you have pictured it. I always tell people that no matter what you know about business, there will always be a difference from the time you begin to implement what you want to do. No matter what you think you know. Even Dangote himself, who is the guru in Nigeria, have you not heard of companies that Dangote closed down? No. Or am I making it up?
No, it's true.
No, I'm not talking of his computers. I'm talking of his own businesses.
Okay.
For example,
I think it's sugar factory.
exactly.
Farm for sugar.
Mm-hmm.
You see the farms are big as the community.
Exactly.
It's not bigger than it. Because if you when I watch this farm from this internet,
Yes.
you cannot see the end.
Yes.
So We close down that one.
So even at his level, even at the level where consultants are doing business plan and everything, even at that level, yet the thing no work the way in planner. So that's why as we discuss all of these things, that's why we say you need to also go and engage, because those engagements may help you have a different view. Yeah, let's move because we're going to cover a lot today. Let's move. Okay, so as you brainstorm, so you have the different ideas, you are putting them down. Why we're using that sticky notes, there's a reason. The reason is very simple. The reason is that you put these ones here. So from one way to school, we used to use chalk and slate to write in nursery school. Yeah, chalk and slate. I know you don't use those things anymore. So as you write, it's easy to clean and write a business or a new service or a new product. It's very possible that as we have these conversations, you may just have a eureka moment. Okay, so yes, for that particular example we are using, that problem statement that we are asking ourselves, how might we be able to reach out to mothers in rural communities? And so these are some of the things that came up. The person that did this exercise, these are some of the things that the person came up. So what I was talking about clustering. Now, all those ideas, I was talking about clustering. Now, all those ideas, you now have them clustered according to groups. So you have medical technologies. These ones come under medical technologies. You have mobile apps. These ones come under mobile app. You have awareness raising to share experiences, challenges, share tips and receive support, natal care kits, capacity building and training, virtual medical visits. Remember that training was also one of the clusters she had there, right? Yes. So she's bringing this cluster together to be able to put this solution in a way. Remember that one thing we want to do differently after this week is that you should be able to express your business in a way that people can look at your business and understand what you're talking about. That's one thing we should be able to take away from this week. Before now, you may have been in business. Sometimes people ask you, what do? You may talk. But imagine if you want somebody to fund your business. How do you explain to the person when you cannot meet the person one-on-one, for example? So that's what this whole thing is all about. So you should be able to express your business on paper in such a way that it becomes understandable, even if you're not there. And if you are invited, you should be able to express your business in as short a time as possible and still be able to talk about what this business is all about. So you need money to run your business. How do you convince an investor? So LiveWire is like an investor that wants to invest in your business. And so everything we are doing since 2 days, and this is the third day, is that you want to be able to convince LiveWire to give you that grant, that money. And so we're telling you, this is how you can put your idea together in a way that it will interest LiveWire. Are we together now? Yes. So that's what the whole thing is all about. All right. Now, so then, who are those that will consume or form the customers, the consumers? For her, in this problem statement, she has captured it clearly that it is pregnant and nursing mothers in Nigeria, because our target is rural Nigeria. Pregnant and nursing mothers in Nigeria. That is the primary target. However, there is a secondary target. And remember, in one of those things, she talks about training and enlightenment for the men. So the men are also the target, but now they are not the primary target. They are like the secondary target. Okay. So, and she also have pregnant and nursing mothers in low-income rural communities. These are like the primary pregnant and nursing mothers in Nigeria, the extreme. She narrows it down further. This is what you do in your own business. So your initial business model should look something like this. So you have the solution, you have the customers, you have statement. There are some things that's not very clear. For example, for her, one of the key questions are mobile phones the best, most reliable communication method? That's one of the key questions she's still asking herself, which she has not fully resolved. Will they be the best? Will these target segments, these nursing mothers, will it be the best way to reach them? Second one, what are the language barriers, the cultural barriers, the infrastructural barriers, the educational barriers? You talked about culture on the first day. Yeah? So these are key questions that are still on her mind. So you may have key questions that are still on your mind that you've not been able to resolve. You still put them down. So your initial business model should look like this. Should look like this. This is the initial business model. Check the WhatsApp group. I think I dropped this template there, right? I have dropped about either 2 or 3 templates. Is this one of them? Just help me to confirm. This one. So great. So that means you use it to be able to form your initial business model. Okay. All right, let's progress. Let's roll. So you are making your business model visual. Go back a bit. Go back a bit. Be visual. Be visual. That's why you have this sketch business model. Who can tell me how that visual representation captures this business model we are looking at? Now I say, who can tell me? I'm saying that from what she has, that this is a visual representation of that business, and I'm saying, what are you seeing there that confirms what I'm saying? Yes, this yes.
And it shows, it talks about the health information platform for mothers. So from the natal care, the sub-components.
The natal care is the company.
Is the company.
That's the company, yeah?
The sub-component.
Yes.
It talks about a platform for mothers.
Yes.
And from
so that's something like this, right?
The hands, yes.
Okay.
Then natal kits.
Okay.
Which is the one with the first aid box or something like that.
Yes.
Then it talks about training.
Training, yeah. This one.
Yeah, that's what. Then the app, mobile app, or
exactly. So that's like representing your concept visually. Okay. Let's move. So your initial business model should look like this. So since you have played around with your business, with your problem statement, you have played around with it, we reviewed it on Monday. We say go home and update it. You went home and you updated it. So today is the day for you to show your idea clusters on your cardboard. Show your idea or show your ideas and then show the clusters. After you've shown the clusters, put up your initial business model. I think that should be easy by now, right? Since you already have your problem statement, right?
Yes.
Which you have reviewed, which you have updated, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So putting together your cluster of ideas shouldn't be a problem, right? And then you now put them together to form your initial business model. So this is assignment number 1 for today.
So can we slide back?
Okay. Go back. You want to ask a question?
I just want to get something so I can.
Okay.
So this password for
This session we are in now, we are running till 12 o'clock. This session till 12 o'clock. But intermittent stand up, you understand, but we will run it till 12. This assignment, you give it to us before you go. Are we together now? Because you will pitch the idea by tomorrow. So we believe that since we have been playing around with it since Monday, Tuesday, and today is Wednesday, you should be able to complete this today without much stress. Abi? Is there any problem with the problem statement again?
no.
Anyone with the idea clusters?
No.
So that means we are on the same page. That's good.
Both the initial business model and the cluster are going to use this.
Your idea clusters will be here. That's why you have the sticky notes. Right? That's why you have the sticky notes. Okay. So, like we say, all the ideas you generated since Monday, put them on the sticky notes. You remember we said generate as many as possible. You remember I also said go and engage, right? So put them on sticky notes, and so your cardboard is like the same thing we saw on the screen. So you stick your ideas and cluster them on this cardboard, right? Then your initial business model, you have your notebook, right? So you can put it up on your notebook. Are we together? Great.
Can we
Yes, because the reason is that you may have many of it, depending on your. Okay, so let's have two. Right?
Can we write the problem statement?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for asking that question. So on your cardboard, your name is there on top. Your problem statement, which is the beginning of all the journeys, is also there. Great. So you can take 5 minutes and have your